Hello everybody, it is Monday the 12th of June. Want to talk about a couple of things that are seemingly unrelated, but I just saw something this morning and just want to put it out there. I want to talk about Sophia again, one more time, to make it very clear what it is we're actually talking about, because I have been listening to videos and nobody uses the definition of Sophia that was coined by the one that brought that knowledge. And you need to use his definition in order to know what it is you're talking about. But I want to talk about that first, and here, it seems like a bit of a leap, but I want to go to the Hopi Prophecy and to show that a part of that has actually been fulfilled. Was fulfilled when the Spaniards came to the Hopis. And the Hopis said, well, they have forgotten what their mission was. No, they didn't. Well, kind of, yeah, they did, but they were actually bringing the knowledge that they were supposed to bring. I want to show you this here. Now let's start with Sophia. And again, Sophia in that text is wisdom, yes, of foresight. But on her own, she is rationality. It is wisdom according to rational thought. And she created without a husband, that is without any emotional impact, in insight. So I heard people saying, go with Sophia, she is wisdom, and let's do away with Yaldabaoth. Or Yaldabaoth, or whatever you want to call him, that evil one. No, let's worship Sophia, the mother. He's her son. She created him. People seem to kind of completely conveniently forget that. And he is completely out of her, without nothing else. He is a reflection of her. That is what she creates. On her own. Abominations. Yeah? So, and he is completely a reflection of her own desire to start with. She was the desire of being as God and creating out of herself. Yeah? Just herself. And she created something that is an intention. Yaldabaoth is the intention of having dominion over everything, gathering knowledge in the garden of knowledge. So he can rule over everything else. But there is the reflection of myself, just myself. I am the creator of everything. And that is a reflection of her. Because she did not have a husband, she just created out of herself. Reason. Creating out of herself. And Yaldabaoth is the reflection of that. It is the outcome. So to say, let's worship Sophia and do away with Yaldabaoth. No, you can't. One is a reflection of the other. One is the outcome of the other. One gives birth to the other. But that is only if you understand what Sophia is. Yeah? And then you go around, people going around with, she is the earth mother, she is nature, she is all love. I mean, nature is not all love to start with, She's none of those things. That is not what the teaching is talking about. And I mean, even to understand what's happening in this world, those that come from that tradition and they're using the words with the correct meaning, if you have the likes of Pope Francis worshipping Mary, yeah, worshipping the female, He was brought up a Jesuit. Yeah? Do you think he's all of a sudden gone mollycoddly? Worshipping the female? No, he's not. He's worshipping reason. The light of reason that is ruling over the emotions, elevating it above what he most likely considers a beast. Dumb beast, well, it is a lunatic on its own. But that's what he's worshipping, reason. That is what those enlightened ones that go after Sophia worship, and they create a thing that they call Sophia. No coincidence there. Go back to the correct meaning of what Sophia is, and it's clear as day why they call that thing Sophia. Because it's pure reason. There's no emotion there. That is what they worship. Yeah? So please get out of the salad of meanings. Yeah? Because if you take this word Sophia and you say it is nature and it is so wonderful and it is the great mother, yeah, that we all should worship, you're actually missing the point of what that teaching is teaching you, which is an extremely important insight into ourselves, into how we function and what it is we create. She is us. She's a part of us. She's not all of us, and she sure as hell is not the Earth Mother. She herself was only a part. Wisdom of foresight, reason, born out of reason. And there again, you have one part wanting to be all, and that is again completely reflected in her son. But that should teach you something if you use the word in the correct meaning and see what that actually... It doesn't show you all. It doesn't. It's not all. She's only a part. And it only gives you knowledge of a part. Not of all. Not of the entirety of nature. Not of God's great love or whatever. Life, the universe and everything. No, she's not that. She's reason. And on her own, she creates abominations. She creates intentions that are abominations. And that teaches us something about ourselves. Which brings me to the Hopi prophecy. It seems a bit of a leap, but it's actually not. Now, I had meant to look this up again, and I didn't have time this morning, but I'm quite certain that I've got it right. Now, if I have got it wrong, please do correct me. But there's a story in the Hopi story that the people were sent out to the four corners of the earth. And each of them should bring back a knowledge. And that is the knowledge of earth, wind, fire, and water. And that the brother that went to the north should bring back the knowledge of fire. And then the story goes that the Spaniards came, and I've forgotten why, but it had something to do with turtles. They were expecting something like turtles. And because the Spaniards had the breastplates, they looked like turtles. So they thought, well, that's our brother from the north coming back. And then when they tried to embrace their brother, but they would give them trinkets and try to trade with them, they thought he had forgotten his mission. Yeah? The world is off its hinges now because the brother from the north had forgotten his mission, and he hadn't. Well, he had forgotten and he didn't, in a way. Fire, again, is reason. In us. That's the knowledge of reason. Judgment. materialistic knowledge, because that's reason creates the material world by creating definitions and therefore making it a knowing. And when it's a knowing, it's a material world. They had, in a way, they had forgotten, yes, because they were themselves in this mishmash religion of Christianity, which is completely confused in itself. But the knowledge of the fire was still in them, not in words, but they had become that. They were that. They were on the path of Sophia, the path of the fire, of rational mind, of science, knowledge, and the abomination that is Yaldabaoth had come out of that. And that is the desire to, out of their knowledge, to rule over everything else. And that is the knowledge of the fire, and they brought that. They had become that. They were the embodiment of that knowledge. Not in words. They didn't bring it in words. They didn't explain it in words. They probably didn't see it in the world. They didn't see it in themselves. They didn't know what they were. And I don't know if the Hopis expected words. Thought a loving brother would come and explain that knowledge to them. That didn't happen. They were that knowledge. They had become the fire. But they brought the knowledge that they were sent out to get. They had become that. And that fire is still spreading in this world. Actually, now more than ever. Yeah? Make no mistake, Miss Sophia is an unfeeling, callous, calculating bitch. That is who she is. She might be wise in her own, she has knowledge. But she is a callous, calculating bitch. Unfeeling. That's who she is. And that is what you really everybody should get into their head, what kind of wisdom that actually is. Yeah, and then to say, Sophia is wisdom, yeah, but she created Yaldabaoth. So how much of wisdom was that? Yeah, know her by her fruit. That's her fruit. And then tell me how wise is that? So there is a knowledge of ourselves and something that we need, where we need to get the balance inside of ourselves between rational thought and emotional knowing, where we need to bring the two together and get the balance right, because true wisdom can only be created out of the two of them coming together, not one ruling over the other. How do they come together? Well, yeah, I would say under an intention, yes. But then that intention again must be correct to start with. It needs to be something that would do actually good for everything around you, not for the whole world. Nobody knows good for the whole world. Nobody does. The world is made of that many different parts that have different needs and different desires and live in different ecological areas. Yeah, nobody knows it. I doubt if there is one thing that is good for all. But each part in its own setting should have a desire that is good for its own setting. And there you know. You can think about it and you feel it. You feel it. You have the knowledge of feeling because you're in it. Anyway, I think I leave it at that for today. I really think that when you see what Sophia actually is. Yeah, it's wisdom born out of the rational mind. And out of that came the intention that is Yaldabaoth, which is an abomination, destructive. And then see that what the Hopi said, that the white brother should bring the knowledge of the fire. They did. Just not in words. They had become that. By bringing themselves, they brought the knowledge. And really we must sort, this is the time where we should sort through the meanings of it all. Yeah, we should understand the meaning. But to even start with that, we need to put the correct definitions to the words. Otherwise we are lost in a complete fog of everything is wonderful and loving and fluffy, and Mother's such a great woman. Anyway, I leave it at that. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.